Okay, Pawpaw Sammy here. I've been talking about these tools before, about rebuilding. I'm going to go ahead and do it now. Here's the thing. I put this one up, and I said, should I shine it back perfectly, or should I just clean it and set it aside? I asked the question. I got the feedback. The majority of them said, clean it, set it on the side, don't polish it. Well, so what I'm going to do is clean it. Now this one, this is quite something else. It's a sheetrock saw, but the way it's built is, see, you can turn the blade, take it off. You can put it on top. How'd that go? The other way. You can put it on top. Oh, come on now, baby. Anyway, it'll roll around on top. Or you can turn it this way, that way, turn it straight up. Or in the modern tool, you just turn it. But the modern tool is not as pretty as that. Anyway, okay. So people said just clean this and set it on the side. So that's where I'm going. Oh, by the way, chrome and glass cleanser. Okay? It's a powder or a cake. It says take a damp cloth, and people, I keep t-shirts. That's soft cotton, you can't beat it. Anyway, you rub that around, then you start cleaning. Now I'm gonna tell you, I got this wire brush, steel bristles, stainless steel bristles. If you had a piece of carbon steel and you got it hot, red hot, you could take a wire brush with a copper teeth bristles and clean it. And that steel, when it cools down, will have a little bronze tint to it. I've seen them iron workers do that playing. They do all kind of stuff playing sometimes. Anyway, just going to do a little fast cleaning here and set this on the side as is. Plus, I'll go over it with you. All right. Well, it cleaned up a little bit. That's about all I'm going to do with it, too. Hard to see. I'm not sure what this rascal is. I'm not even going to try. It's GUNDLACH, number 199. Now, the reason there's no blade in it, I'll show you the reason. Safety. All right. This is the modern knife. There's your blade. You can stick it in your pocket. Come right back out of your pocket. There's your blade. This is a fixed blade. Once you put that blade in here, it's continuously exposed. And when you set it down, no pocket, you have to be extremely careful. That is a major safety factor, or it is to me anyway. So that's why I'm going to just clean it and put it up. I'm not going to mess with trying to save it. I had 2 or 3s over the years, and not this tight. Mine was, I don't even remember the name, Skill, I think it was. And what it was, over a period of time, When they came out with this retractable blade, that's what I went to safety-wise. Now, that's about all I'm going to do to this jewel. That's about all right there. You got the major dirt out of it. Cleaned it up a little bit. And there it is. Oh, made in the USA. Blades are inside. All right. That's going to go up as is right there. Now this, I showed you how it works. Okay. Now, I had a buddy of mine say, get a Sawzall blade. All you carpenters and mechanics knows what a Sawzall is. It's a saw you can cut metal or wood with, a reciprocator. Okay. They said, get one of those blades, lay this on it, and take your little Dremel tool and make another one of these. I could do that. But I kind of wanted to keep the rascal as near original as possible. Now this, it can be straightened. There's no doubt in my mind it can be straightened. By the way, this is a shoe lash. And people that don't know what that is, that's what they used to repair shoes on. You slide the shoe over it and drive nails around the edge to hold the sole on. That's what that is. I'm going to try a little light tapping on this. I might have to wind up deleting part of it because I'm wearing this microphone. There you go. There you go. All right. That was simple. Noisy, but simple. Got one more little spot right there. There you go. Now, I'm going to I'll start off with a 320 light. I'm really not interested. Do a little sanding on it to knock that rust loose and dirt. Now, I'm not sure, people, but it looks to me like that's a gold paint. Gold or copper. I don't know which it is. I don't intend to use it, so I'm not going to try to sharpen it. Because I found out when somebody takes an antique tool and it's dull, they'll lay it down and quit. They won't mess with it. But if it's halfway sharp, they'll work their booty off and wind up destroying your tool. So I'll leave them go. Somebody come in here and try to cut with this, they're just going to lay it down and go get something else. And this will be safe. That's the way I look at it. All right, I'm going to shut it off and do a little. Okay. Since I straightened the blade up and got it straight, it goes together extremely easy. You put it there, you come down. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if you can see. I need a pointer. I don't know if you can see this, but right there is a little bitty notch. A little bitty notch right there. As the blade comes down, that notch shoves it in tight. This notch right here, you pull the blade over and close it, and look. This notch pushes it in. You hear it lock? There it is. Okay, now to get it open, you have to push and turn it. Now, like I said before, you can come right here on top, come right on around. It's the same thing. There's a notch there and a notch there, and there it is. That way, Oh, come on, baby. Or you can turn it this way. It's a handy, it's a cute little tool. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up and see what I can do with it. And then I'm gonna paint it, and I'm gonna do like I do the rest of my old tools I got stashed around here. Put it up and tell people to leave their hands off of it. It don't need to be bothered. Like me, it needs to be retired and taken care of. By the way, people, all I know about this thing is Japan, right there. If anybody has any idea or has a picture of one of these, please send it to me, because I'm sure there was something here in this hole. What? I don't know. But I don't see any interior catches, like you slip it in, it would catch. I don't see it. Or any ring on the outside to hold. So I don't know. It might have been open. I don't know. But if anybody's got a picture of this thing, send it to me, please. I'd love to know. Okay, here it is. Here's the razor knife. Like I said, all I did was just take the crud off it. That's quite a weapon there. Now here, like I said before, all I know about this is it's from Japan. I do not know if they had a bottom. I've never seen one like it. And I just refinished it, straightened the blade up, cleaned it up, painted it, and there it is. But if anybody has a picture of this thing, I would love to see it. I would like to see if there is a bottom. If so, make one to fit it. What would be original, and that's the end of it. As I said 100 times, I do not sharpen my tools, my antiques. I put them up dull. And if somebody grabs it and tries to use it and it don't cut, they'll lay it down, go get what they need. So that's why I never sharpen my tools, my axes, anything.